Good morning, Twitch.tv. Good morning to YouTube as well. And, of course, good morning, mini Motorways. We are off to London for today's daily challenge. We will begin with one motorway, and that's all we get. We will also begin with 4 traffic lights. Hooray, traffic lights. I don't think the game is playing in the stream audio, which is weird. It should be. Game. Is there a reason you're not being captured today? It's possible that it's there and I'm just not hearing it. Hold on. We'll mute the Spotify. Pop one of these earphones. No, that is totally coming out of my speakers, and not. Huh. Very strange. I did change a few things, like I unplugged some stuff and moved things around. Good morning, Jeremy. Got a couple of gigantic new monitors, so I've been futzing with them. Well, we started with 4 traffic lights. I don't think we're going to need to take traffic lights for, the entire run. So, I definitely see the music going out into OBS. Why would the game audio not be? And, more importantly, how do I get it to? Oh, Wavelink crashed. That'll be a problem. Okay. Well, either I close Wavelink and we try to make that happen, or we just enjoy the soothing, soulful tones of John Uth's "The Day Will Come" from Final Fantasy XIV, and me. There's also me. You've got me. That's something. You've got a Goog in me. No, hold on. Don't say that, Goog. It'll be mandatory. You will be forced, I say, to call that the title of the episode. Well, we'll see. All right. I'll take another bridge. Brings me up to 4 bridges. I'm pretty much already good on all of the things. Like, we're not... I guess I could do with a couple of roundabouts, but given that we're not going to get any more of these lovely motorways, it's, well, anyway, I mentioned, just in passing here, well, let's take, these blues, run them like so. I'm actually going to do that and this, because I continue to never respect train stations, so these 2 houses sharing a road is going to be just fine, and it's important that we get a second house coming over here to support this business. In the long run, we're going to want a second house on this road, but it's a problem for future me. Speaking of future me, that is who will be mad at me for drawing this ridiculous thing right here. I mentioned that I got a couple of new monitors. They are truly absurd. Just an absolutely ridiculous size upgrade here. Let's take a 5th bridge. Hooray, 5th bridge. I'm going to do something that I should have done before the stream, but I was busy doing other things, such as watching a video about the New York Mets production team. It's very important. This red business over here is boop. It's already starting to fall apart just a tiny little bit, so we'll steal this house from here. Eventually, we might get another house to toss on this road, or it could just take a minute. We'll see. So, let's see here. What I'm doing, and I should be vamping while I set this up, but I'm bad at stuff, is I'm grabbing the images that I posted in a Discord server of the old and busted and new hotness versions of my computer monitor layout. We're totally fine on road tiles, absolutely A-okay. So we're going to do this. These reds here will go like that. I started with one motorway, so I'm not in any real hurry to use my one motorway. Let's go here. We're just going to have one big bridge that basically spans the entire length of the River Thames. That's fine, right? That's not, terribly disastrous for the environment or nothing. I don't think so. I think there would be, rules or something if that was bad. That's not bad. That can't possibly be bad. All right, so we've got, this yellow business here is kind of it's annoying. Might be a good use of the motorway, actually. Like, I could draw another big, long, ridiculous thing. And actually, having said that, I was going to say, but fuck that, we'll just do the motorway. But no, actually, Goog, it's rather important that you hang on to your motorways. So, we'll come over here. Swing that like so. We'll tweak the green placement ever so slightly. There we go. A big, long, ridiculous thing. Make that look a little bit nicer. There. These 4 yellows go all the way over to here. Yay. You know what? Here. Let's just do this so that I don't have to keep going back and forth with these reds. When there are people here to pick up, these 2 houses will pick them up, but primarily they're going to be concerned with getting over here. That's going to be better. Alright, so I have pulled together some images. We'll take a 4th bridge for lack of anything, better or nicer to do. And then we'll use one of those bridges, getting these light blues over to here. And then we'll mute the mic so that we can cough in peace. I have coughed. Alright. These greens are starting to become troubling. Don't know what we're going to do about them, but they're definitely troubling. Trying to figure out a way to make this a PCTL situation. I don't immediately see one. It doesn't mean there isn't one, that just means I don't see one. Yeah, we might just have to be content with this being a terrible intersection for a few minutes. And by a few minutes, I mean possibly literally forever. So, previously on the underscore Goog's desk setup, I had a couple of monitors, which are good-sized monitors. These were, honestly, these were fine. They were just old, and they may or may not have been broken in an Overwatch-induced fit of rage. Moving on, we'll take another bridge here because we're good on road tiles. I don't think having an additional 10 road tiles would help us overly much. So I had these monitors, and they were fine. They were of a decent size. And I also had a whole bunch of clutter and crap on my desk. And then we decided, and by we, I mean I and Gravity, again, Overwatch-induced fit of rage, but anyway, we decided to upgrade to the new hotness, which is huge. These are enormous. This is 27-inch monitors, which is a lot. Is a lot of inches. Is very many inches, honestly. They're like right on the border of too big, both in the sense of I had to struggle to find a way to fit them on my desk, and right now they only sort of do. And also in the sense of, good lord, if I look at these too long, I will literally burn my eyes to death. So that's fun. That's good. But yeah, these are nice. They are Asus somethings. I've already forgotten all of the specs, but they're nice. They're big. They look good. played video game on them last night, and they were good. So this is the underscore Goog's official review of the underscore Goog's new monitors. They're good. They're fine. I like them. They're solid. This is the change that has happened in these in the mini Motorways since the monitor graphics took up the screen. Not much has changed. Everything's still fine. We're going to add another green house to this ridiculous green road, which snakes all the way here, goes over, again, half the length of the River Thames, and goes into this green circle. It's all totally fine. This one yellow house will service this one yellow train station. That's a 1-to-1 ratio. I think that's fine. Everything here is actually just kind of hanging. What we could do, and what I guess we will do, well, actually, I was going to say a different thing. But now, we're going to run this yellow right here. I'm going to have these two yellows come down here, serve the train station. You're going to come up here, join this ridiculous road. This is going to be a third roundabout. And speaking of roundabouts, I think we might actually build one right here for these greens, because this is getting to be stupid. Okay, if we... Alright, if we point... Well, now, hold on. If you were to come like this, and then go up... I thought I had one. I thought I had found a way to do a traffic light here, and I don't think I actually had. Okay. Well, you connect that way. This right here is the most ridiculous thing in the world, and these two houses are never going to actually do anything, but they might. Speaking of things that might, got to get some greens over here to this train station, and honestly, I think it's just going to have them cross a line. I realize that does mean that these two yellow houses will think that the train station is their problem, which could be bad. I see how that may be problematic, but we're going to be okay with that. I think we're just going to have to accept that possibility into our lives and move on. Now, you and you will swing down here. I'm very glad that you came into existence, by the way. Because I was just getting ready to maybe peel a couple of these off and do a motorway. And now, I don't have to. I can do a big, long, ridiculous road. And everyone prefers big, long, ridiculous roads to motorways, right? Now, with these two houses being here, let's take another bridge, just for the sake of having asset. Speaking of assets, I've got, first of all, now I've got a problem. It's a simply solved problem. You just put these two light blues on this road going over to here, and you forget that this business exists for the rest of your life. But in the short term, like the very immediate temporary term, that was a bit of a problem. These four houses will swing down here, drop over this way. This train station is just... actually, you know what? I've got so many bridges. And this connection road is so stupid. Let's just... yeah, we're just going to bridge this here. These two houses will service this exclusively. I've got three light blues here, not really doing nothing. I could save a bridge rather by motorwaying these three blues over here, but I don't think that's the correct thing to do. I hope it's just that Wavelink crashed. OBS is still showing me sending out levels, which is why I haven't fucked with it. We'll take a fourth roundabout. I haven't used any of the first three roundabouts I've taken, but we'll take a fourth. I have a greenhouse up here not doing anything. Actually, given the ridiculosity of this road layout, there's no reason not to do this, but there's also no real point to it. Another green here. We'll go up, serve the train station. That'll be fine, I guess. This green circle's getting a little angry. I think that might just be Yeah, that's just a travel time issue. There's no real reason for this business to be mad. It's got plenty of dudes. You know what? Hold on. I think I just thought of it again. The way to make this a PCTL. Okay. So if we have all of these greens come together here into a roundabout, right? You go into a roundabout, you go into a roundabout. The two of you go into a roundabout. Fuck that. The three of you go into a roundabout. And then you come out here and you do this right here. That is a perfectly cromulent traffic light. Hell yes. Proud of me. All right, now then. We'll pause again. We've got light blues here. Need to do that. And then we'll bop this. I think we're going to change the orientation of this blue road so as to make it a little bit easier to grab a couple more blue friends. You point that way. You come down here. Okay, so you do that. That's cool. These reds, like so, can just straight shot themselves up this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. A third light blue for this business. A need to reorganize these light blues over here, which is actually fine if you think about it. Doot and doot. I'm just desperately trying to make this a continuous road so as to not have terrible intersections. Maybe I should just accept a terrible intersection or two. That might be the thing I need to do at this point, but okay. All right, we're accepting a terrible intersection or two. Fuck this. This is... All right, you come up here. You go there. Actually, I can make this a PCTL. So these two blues come up here, and then they turn right and go down. That should be okay. All right, let's take a bridge. Who's mad? This business is starting to get mad. Okay. I understand that. This red business has been asked to share two houses with a train station for quite a while, actually. Could that be a motorway? I mean, it could be. I definitely have reds, and I definitely have a motorway, but should that be the motorway? Starting to believe that should be the motorway, honestly. Yeah, okay. Train station's just going to keep piling up. We'll chop this road here, and I'll grab... I just think 2 houses should do it, but I'll take 3 just in case. For now. We'll grab these 3 reds and run them like so. So that'll definitely pull this business out of trouble. The train station will then have 2 houses supporting it, so it should be fine. Okay. I think that's all gonna work. This yellow house here will go down here, support this square business. These 2 greens have spawned in a frankly terrible location. I don't really have anything for them to do. Could try to navigate them down over this way, but that sounds difficult. Alright. Against my better judgment, I'm going to try to close Wavelink to get the game audio coming back in. So, if you never hear me again, sorry. All right. I'm back. Wavelink's open. And, best of all worlds, I think I actually fixed something. Specifically, I think you can actually hear me hear the game audio now, which is why we did this, by the way. That was the reason. All right. In the time I've been looking away, stuff has broken. Specifically, a great many things, actually. We've got these 2 greens. These greens and these yellows are annoying. Hey, did I mention that I have an absolute heart out and I desperately need to be off of this call by 8 o'clock? Because I do. It's one of those days. Depot that starts at 9, which means I have to be on the call at 8, which means it's 7:19, and I'm well aware of that fact. All right. These yellows are going to run over here, and we're going to run that like so, and then we're going to steal these 2 greens from the train station. They're going to run this way. They're not going to get into any trouble over there. What are you talking about? This is a perfectly fine place for a roundabout. And then these 2 will go down there. You know what? We just need the one house, honestly. I still don't respect train stations. I never will. It might be a failing of me as a person or whatever. I'm never going to respect train stations in mini motorways. You can't make me. Well, I suppose you could, but why would you? All right, this light blue business exists, and as much as I feel dumb having this many light blues over here not doing anything. At the same time, this just feels like such a more reasonable, logical response to me that I'm just doing that. I guess I could have had a second roundabout come over this way. Here, I know what I'll do. I know exactly what I'm going to do with all of these light blues. That's going to make me feel so much better. You ready for this? First of all, I'm going to take third bridge. Next, we're going to grab all of these light blues right here. They're all going to come this way, and then this way, and then down here. So now we've added another, dozen houses? This is 11 more blue houses to this road over here to serve these 2 blue businesses. If you 2 die, it's your own damn fault. Okay? I shall not be held responsible for the dooming failure of these 2 light blue businesses, given that I have thrown 17 houses at them. 2 squares should be supported by 17 houses. What is going on? Why are you dying? Stop dying! You have 17 houses! I'm not even going to say I should have used... I'm not going to say that I should have used the motorway, even though it is objectively true. Well, first of all, Samurai Sam's number 1. So, it's true in life, and also in today's edition of Mini Motorways. Drop those Samurai Slams in the chat. I'm not going to say that I should have used the motorway. Even though I had a motorway, and I never... Wait, I did use the motorway. Okay. I'm smart. I remember things. I'm so smart that I know that the Wordle is smart. Except it's not. It's another word. It's Tremmy. And Tremmy's not actually, a word. So, could it be meter? There's absolutely no reason it's not meter. It is, in fact, still not meter. But, okay. We learned where the M goes. That's something. Okay. So. Ow. Oh, my nose. It's mirth. It's got to be mirth, right? Because, yeah, it can't end in RT. You're not going to put M. You're not going to put T or R as the second letter in this word. So, yeah. Basically, T or R is never going to be the second letter in this word. Because what 5-letter word starts mer or mt? None of them. Absolutely none of them. And we know it doesn't end in RT because we tried that. We know that R is not randomly the last letter, which means T and R have to be the third and fourth letters. And we already tried T in the 3, R in the 4, and we're told to fuck off. Therefore, they have to be RT just like that. What word goes M blank RT blank? Mirth. Hooray, retrospective logic puzzlings. Because that's basically how I got there. And it's the title of the episode. So that's nice. Certainly better than an Overwatch-induced fit of rage, which is what it was going to be. But no, retrospective logic puzzlings. Okay. Now then. Hello, stripy yellow shirted man. Stripy yellow shirted man is celebrating victory here in, he's celebrating the Girl Scouts? Or perhaps the Weebelows. One of those. Here in a Scandinavian country, the flag of which I don't recall. Is this one Sweden? No, we just had this. And the red one with the cross was Sweden. So, Anyway, this gentleman here is exceedingly nervous about something and appears to be portrayed by William H. Macy. But is he doing the 3? Can't tell if he's doing the 3 or he's doing the 3. It's just his pinky's weird. Okay. All right. You've got a lapel pin. Is that anything we should... Oh, it might be, that might be a rainbow flag. Okay, so this could be a hooray, gay marriage is legal in whatever European country we're in party. Also, did anyone else hear that wheeze, or was that just me? I think I need to cough. Hold on. Famous last words would be, did anyone else hear that wheeze, or was that just me? All right. Let's see here. If I was a person who recognized flags, this would be so much easier and better. It's definitely Scandinavia. I keep thinking it's Sweden. It's probably not. It's not Finland. I guess it could be Norway. All right. Here. We are in Oslo, Norway, celebrating their legalization of gay marriage, which would have happened in 2002. Yeah, it seems reasonable. We are in Ukraine. That's why I saw that flag a lot. God damn it. And also, it's their independence rally, so the what I thought was a rainbow flag pin was meaningless nonsense. I should have drawn more from the rest of this dude's outfit, particularly this necktie. This is a very 1991 necktie. Oh well. I did bad. Next. Alright, so this is 084. Okay, so that's just a code or something. That doesn't help us overly much, although it does generally give us a 19-teens vibe. This is the Krillbotron, which is 161 kilometers from Stockholm. Very convenient. Alright, this is the Rickelstefflin. Neat. Okay. So we're 161 kilometers from Stockholm at Krillbo. Got it. And the year is 19... Dickety-1? Might be Dickety-1. Wouldn't be shocked if it was Dickety-1, although that feels a little too modern. Let's say it's 1915. All right, so Stockholm is in Sweden. Great. Now, all right, that's the map sizing. That's not the scale deal. Okay. So we are, hold on, 161 kilometers from Stockholm. The game's not going to give us a scale here, so that's irksome. How long would 161 kilometers be on this map? So a kilometer is 6/10 of a mile, which means that 161 kilometers is 60% of the distance in miles, so we're 100 miles from Stockholm. Okay. That's like inside this circle, definitely. And now the question becomes, where would you put a Krillbo here? Man, I don't know. All right. We are at Ballsta, maybe? All right, this feels a little too close, honestly. Let's just back out and go to Enkoping. That seems like a place where they would put a train station. And this is 1916. It was 1941. Holy shit. Also, I greatly overestimated the distance from here to here. I got it about half wrong. I was in the correct direction, though. That's something. How is this 1940? Okay. All right. Damn you, deceptive border. Next. Hey, if I was a person who recognized flags. All right. So we've got a whole bunch of African folk in what appears to be Africa. We have a Toyota here, which is, okay, so we're in a drives on the left country, or drives on the right, driver's seat on the left country, which is, most countries. Not horrendously helpful. This right here, hold on. Nope. Something government is, it's French. Is légumes et cham pour l'anniversaire nouveau. None of those words are the actual word that is on the sign. Perhaps this one does say government. I'm not certain of that. However, the fact that it's French is sort of helpful. I don't know how I could recognize that this is probably French without actually being able to read any of the words. But, this is probably A-E-T. There you go. That's... all right. This might be saying bienvenue, which would be a decent thing to put on a sign. They have bienvenue on signs that welcome you to Massachusetts. So, All right. Now, unfortunately, because imperialism, there are a lot of countries in Africa who have relations and history with France. Actually, I'm not positive. I was going to say that this flag here seems to be different from this flag here, but I'm still not certain of that. All right, this is CCA, which doesn't actually help with anything. This gentleman's shirt sure has some words on it. Oh, boy. Okay. All right. Crap. As to the when of this, this is an exceedingly mid-1990s Toyota something, so this is probably 2006. Yeah, okay. So, countries in Africa that I know this flag isn't. It's not Kenya. It's not Egypt. Faiga. It's probably Western Africa. It could be Cote d'Ivoire. It could just be Cote d'Ivoire. That is the most Frenchishly named African country. So, yeah, we could be on the border of Cote d'Ivoire and Burkina Faso. I just made that up and pulled it out of my ass, but it sounded good, didn't it? That sounded real good. Like a border crossing with Cote d'Ivoire and Burkina Faso. Oh boy. Alright, yeah, alright. We're just gonna toss a pin here in generally vaguely Western Africa. And hope that we're okay. We are not horrendously awful. We're a little more Central Africa than I wanted to be, but given that it could have easily been Eastern Africa or literal actual France. So I guess we'll take being 2,200 kilometers away. And I got the year essentially basically right. So that's something. All right. Next, round 4, 734. We have some dinky little cars. Interesting. There's a chiropodist, which is that a person who just snaps and breaks and yanks on your toes and then calls himself a doctor? Huh. Interesting. Kay O'Sullivan is a hairstylist. That's something. It's McCabe's. We've got an optician. A branch of Ireland's biggest and best home furnishers. Well, that's good. Good that I saw that. Saves me being stupid from saying that I was getting a Canada vibe, because I May or may not have been getting a Canada vibe. All right, well, if we're in Ireland, we might as well be in Dublin, just because. And that means we just need to figure out when this is. Night Watch Alarms Limited. Decent little alarm salesman name, I guess. This feels early 70s. We are in Dublin, Ireland, which is actually over here. Don't zoom in on Scandinavia, Goog. We're in Dublin, Ireland in 1974, I think. Yes. We'll drop a pin right there. The heart of the Emerald Oil. It's 1974, fella. It's 77. Same thing. It's the same business, isn't it? All right. Round 5. Hey, look. Chicago Savings Bank. I have an idea. I have a thought as to where we might be. Dude. I don't think we're going to get anything better than Chicago Savings Bank. Yeah, okay. We are, in fact, in Chicago. When? That's a good question. This is a very old thing. We've got cars, but we've also got horses and stuff. And, okay. This is Chicago, Illinois in 19 dickety nothing. How about that? How about we say it's 19 dickety nothing? It's conceivable. Let's just pop a pin right there because I honestly don't know when or where other than Chi-Town. Oh, people from Chicago hate me now. Hey, I was basically a kilometer away. Good job on that on those last couple rounds, Goog. We actually recovered decently. All right, 35-171 sure is a score. For today's Immaculate Grid, we need Yankees and A's and Royals and Red Sox and dudes what played third base and dudes what had 100 RBIs in an season. Huzzah. All right, let us zoom out just a little so we can see the whole grid. And then a dude who played for the Red Sox and the Yankees is a great many individuals. We'll go with Mike Stanley. Mike Stanley's a dude who played for the Red Sox and the Yankees. A dude who played for the Red Sox and had 100 RBI in a season is Tris Speaker, probably. Dom DiMaggio might have. Carl Yastrzemski is what we'll go with. A dude who played for the Red Sox and the A's is Jed Lowry. A dude who played third base for the A's is also Jed Lowry, but Scott Brocious fits the square. Dude who played for the Royals and the A's is Coco Crisp. I think Coco Crisp was a Royal. I'm not certain of that, though. I'm not 1,000% certain of that. So maybe we'll hold off on that for just a moment while I have me a think. A dude who played for the Royals and the Yankees is David Cone. Dude who played for the Royals and had 100 RBIs in a season is, I don't know, Mike Sweeney probably did that. He was good for a while with the Royals. A dude who played third base for the Yankees is Alex Rodriguez, rather most famously. Scott Brocious, previously put in the square, could fit there. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa is probably the deepest cut. I'm reasonably sure the Yankees stuck him at third base at one point. Do I know how to spell Isaiah? Not in the context of Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, but I know how to spell Kiner, so it's got that going for me. Dude who played third base and had 100 RBI in a season is legendary St. Louis Cardinals hot cornerman Albert Pujols. And lastly, a dude who played for the Royals and the A's. I haven't thought of anybody better than Coco Crisp. Oh, man. I know Coco played for the Guardians and the Red Sox. He did play for the A's. Yeah, he played for the Royals. I'm not making that up out of whole cloth or nothing. Am I? I was not! Huzzah! 'Tis an immaculate grid for the underscore Goog, full, if I may say, of some reasonably deep cuts. And also David Cone. I took the layup on David Cone, having played for the Yankees and the Royals. Folks, that is going to do it for us here today on Good Morning Mini Motorways. This is our stream schedule for the week. You may notice that it looks very similar to last Monday's stream schedule, and then last week, shit fell apart multiple times. This is a thing that can happen, apparently. I have a job scheduled for Friday that's in person. I have a remote job scheduled for gotta be on the Zoom call in 20 minutes. Beyond that, nobody really knows. So we shall take it as it comes, and I hope to see you along the ride with, I don't know, that was going so well. Then it fell apart. America.txt. Have a good day, everybody.